You count. I'll try to clap.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I did it.
That was actually good.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Welcome to our show. 5, 6, 7, 8. Say it with me. Out of line.
Hey guys, welcome back to Out of Line. We're missing Kelsey today, but don't worry. She's going to be back next week. But today I have a special guest.
Mom. Exciting.
Dance Mom Ashlee.
I'm in town visiting my eldest daughter who moved out and left me behind, but I'm here now.
I have had so many requests to have my mom on. So here you go.
Which is weird because I really don't think people want to see me. So I think it's funny.
Yeah. They just want to hear what you have to say.
I know. And people are always like, oh, you're famous. And I'm like, I'm really not. I'm just a mom. I didn't do anything special. Brynn did all the dancing,
You get recognized a lot more than me, actually. My mom does.
Well, because I look the same. I just dyed my hair brown. I was blonde for 10 years, but you look so different. I'm always surprised when people recognize Brynn because I think she looks like a different person.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if they still follow you on Instagram, I guess they still know what I look like, but I look so different.
Yeah, she does look different. So,
but I think we should start with how you were as a dance mom growing up.
Well,
with me when I was at the studio.
So I was an athlete. I don't like judged sports because I don't like that somebody else can just say, oh, you're better than so-and-so. So I like time stuff. You were faster, end of story.
Yeah. You were a swimmer.
I was a swimmer. I played lacrosse. I played basketball. I played so many sports, but I never danced. And I swore that you would dance. I swore that she wouldn't dance. All my sister's girls were in dance. I was like, Brynn will not dance. It's too expensive. It's dumb. It's judged. Whatever. We're not going to do that. So I put her in when she was 18 months old, and she hated it. But you can't do much with them when they're only 2.
Yeah, I cried every class. We've talked about this before, but
she cried every class. But we kept going back. And then it was about 4 or 5 years old. I was like, she's the only kid that knows the choreography in the middle, and she's the only kid on beat. And she does kind of have good feet. And it was probably around there that I started getting a little crazy about dance. For a couple of years, I got a little crazy, and then it died down.
Really? I don't remember really.
Yeah, I think I was the crazy dance mom probably between 7 and 9 years old.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't have much of a life either. So that was my life, was Brynn.
I don't remember that at all.
A little bit. And then when she had some teachers come into the picture that really took an interest in her, I think I backed off a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
We'd let them do their thing. They knew more than I knew. But
yeah.
But I never sat at the studio. I didn't fight with the other moms. That doesn't
yeah. People think that people who don't know you are your mom is crazy. And I'm actually, she's really not. If you knew her, I remember you because you worked a lot. And so you dropped me off at the studio.
Worked a lot.
I'd wait. I'd always be the last kid there just because you worked late. And then I'd get picked up. And then that was pretty much it. You were never at the studio in the window, watching me and talking to moms and fighting with teachers.
No. I think people would probably be surprised. I'm probably more of a kind of a hippie at heart. I like Birkenstocks and books and art. And I don't like small talk.
Yeah, it's not a superficial I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really not I think what surprised me the most about doing Dance Moms, I was I'm kind of a good actress. I can kind of play a part.
It's a character a little.
It was a little bit of a character. I read a ton as a kid.
Yeah.
And so that surprised me that I was able to do that. But so I think when people meet me in real life, oh, she's so nice. And I'm
yeah, you're not mean.
No.
We had a lot of haters, so people didn't like us very much.
We had a lot of haters, but it's funny. As those haters grew up and got older and rewatched the show, they realized that we weren't what they thought. When they were little, they just ate up everything that was said.
Yeah.
And then when they watched it back and they were older, they could understand better what was going on.
Yeah.
So many people were like, I hated you when I was little. And then when I got older, I realized you guys were getting major crap. You guys were getting, excuse me, on every day.
Yeah. We just had a hard situation going into it. So it was already we were put out to be the drama starters, basically.
Well, I'm going to point out something that I feel should be obvious, but without the moms causing drama, there was no show.
Yeah.
If everybody sat on the steps and was oh, my daughter's so good, oh, she's so pretty, there would be no show.
Yeah.
So once you realize, if there's not what you would call an antagonist in the episodes, whether it was Abby or the moms, there's no show. So I was hired to come in and shake things up. That was my job. And if we wanted a contract, I had to do, I'd walk in the morning and the producers would like ambush me, like 3 of them. We need this and we need this and we need to have a good week this week. And the hard thing is like, you don't really understand how things are going to play back on TV because you've never done it before.
And they edit the crap out of the episodes.
Yes.
Things will happen that never happened. And then you watch it back and you're like, wait, they just made me look like the bad guy, but that literally never happened.
I would be like shopping and start getting death threats on my Instagram and be like, what?
You're like, I never even like said that. Like, for example, this is a good example. The scene where Kendall yells at my mom, they cut in, you said it in an interview.
Yeah. So you would go sit in an interview and they would literally feed you lines and you would have to just repeat it.
Repeat it.
No idea where they're going to insert it in the episode. And I've told this story before, but Jill and Kendall had an audition to go to. And their deal with the producers was, if you start a fight with Ashlee and walk out, we'll let you go. So literally that was what happened. And I did nothing. I said nothing to make Kendall yell at me. So when she yelled at me and it didn't make any sense, they had to insert something.
Yeah. And you said like in the interview, they made her say like, Jill's just upset that Brynn had a better season than Kendall. And then they inserted it in the episode. So it made it sound like she said it during Pyramid, but she never did. Like literally never.
Yeah, you gotta, if that bothered you, you gotta go back and watch it and realize that they didn't
show your face. They just like insert the voice and like are not showing your face.
Yeah, it pans back to me.
So that was, crazy.
So I'm getting like millions of death threats from 12-year-olds on Instagram over something I never said to this day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what you signed up for. That's what I signed up for. I can't say I
didn't know.
No, I knew that's what it was. So, but
but like, so like on camera, like the producers, like I guess I never really asked you either. Like, would the producers give you a specific thing to fight about? Or like,
oh
what?
my gosh. So they're texting you while you're sitting there.
Oh, I forgot about that. They would text you guys.
Prompt.
I remember that.
So you have to imagine like, okay, imagine you've been watching people on TV for 5 years. Like people like, okay, this is a good show. I like this show. And I watched it sometimes. So I knew who they were and I knew what the show was. But to actually walk into a room with those people and then be told you have to say mean things about their kids or about that to them.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised at how ballsy I actually was.
Me too.
But I tried really hard to keep it about dance. I think I did a good job keeping it out. It's Dance Moms. So yeah, I did think that when you were attacked personally a lot, I didn't understand how we just couldn't keep it about dance because I felt like that wasn't fair. But, at the same time, it's really hard to walk away from opportunity like that.
Yeah.
So as long as you were handling it okay, I was like, yeah, well, life is hard. You either do hard things or you walk away from hard things and you don't do anything. So.
Yeah. There was like weeks where I felt like there was like moms on the show that like literally personally attacked me for like a whole week. And I'd be like such an anxious, nervous mess.
I know.
Like the whole time.
I know. If Brynn hadn't been on the show, it would have been a whole freaking different ball game. Because I wouldn't say things just because I didn't want them to attack her. But I can be pretty mouthy when I want to.
Yeah.
It could have been bad, but you're always thinking about how to protect your kid.
Yeah.
And how to keep them insulated. But it was rough. Jesselyn did not want us on the show. Jill was playing a part.
Yeah.
Jill was playing a part.
Just like we were playing a part, like Jill, and like that's why people get confused because they're like, how are you friends with Kendall? And I'm like, well, first of all, the girls, like all of us were all pretty much friends, but like Jill was also playing a part. Like me and Kendall were always friends. I would always hang out with Kendall and Jill off screen. Like if my mom went out of town, like once Kenzie left the show, like I stayed with Kendall and Jill just because I like them. I went to Pittsburgh and stayed at Kendall's house with Jill. And
I liked Jill. I think what made me more angry is the moms that got to sit there and do nothing and be the loved moms. Oh, so-and-so works the best. And it's like, that would be a nice job, but that wasn't my job. And, and that's okay. They put their time in too. Well, most of them. Some of them never did, but that's okay.
Did you have any relationships off camera, like with any of them?
Not the first season. Nobody was nice to me the first season.
Yeah, the first season was rough. That was a bad one.
Every night to my boyfriend at the time and tell him I wanted to come home.
Oh.
But you were like loving life with Kenzie.
I was. I had so much fun.
With Kenzie. You loved her. So I was like, well, Brynn's fine. I just gotta, tough it out. And So, and then I was going through a bunch of legal stuff on the back end that nobody knew about. So that was also very stressful.
Yeah, and then they made an episode about it.
But I did a really good, I was super smart because I knew that if I went on there and trash talked and make it a lot of drama, that they would keep doing it. So that first episode was kind of boring, but that was by design, by my design, because I did not want to talk about it. So.
Well, they did a whole episode, a whole dance actually about divorced parents, and they made it about my mom.
The title of the group routine is Family Court.
I just hope that Brynn, you're okay with it. It's weird. She says it's a little weird.
You're cool with it.
And then there's an interview where you're trying to talk to me because the producers are like, you two need to have a talk in the parking lot about what's going on this week, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know. I wasn't really sensitive to it, but I didn't care and I didn't want to talk about it. And so it totally made me look like a brat. I'm in the parking lot looking at the floor and my mom's trying to talk to me and I just won't talk. I literally wouldn't talk about it.
Why are you being like this?
Now they're filming me. Good job.
You need to stop.
And then I think the producers, they would get mad when you wouldn't go with what.
Well, I mean, they're just doing a job too. Everybody's just trying to make a good TV show. I mean, I actually like the producers. I'm still friends with a lot of them on social media. I talk to them. And they're just trying to make a good TV show for you guys. So it's you can't hate them.
I know.
They did a good job. Dance Moms was huge. And I always, after the fact, was grateful that we got to be a part of it.
Yeah, me too. So we talked about the moms, but what about Abby? Honest opinions on Abby.
If you ever have a chance to hang out with Abby Lee Millar, you need to go hang out with Abby Lee Millar. It's an experience that you can't ever describe to anybody. She is truly one of a kind. She's a character. Abby was born for television.
Yeah, she was.
And she truly did love Brynn. She truly did love you. And she still does.
Yeah. No, I love Abby.
Yeah.
I know some other people have other experiences, and we were only on the show for 2 years. So I didn't really have a history. And so I always had nothing bad was ever done to me from Abby, and Abby always gave me opportunities and wanted the best for me. So I like Abby.
Yeah, we like Abby.
We went on a European trip with her and it was so fun.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember that trip?
Yes. Well, it was fun for you.
Oh, do you have any funny
carrying
stories?
Boxes in and out of the convention center and selling T-shirts and helping Abby with stuff. It was an experience I will never forget. That's for sure.
Yeah, that trip was long too. It was
it was long.
A couple weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It was fun for 3 weeks, but.
So I made a video on my TikTok, and that's where we're getting all these questions from, because I did the sound where you said that thing about Kira.
I don't care what you think. I'm with 3 baby daddies and a criminal record.
Do you ever regret anything that you said?
Yeah, I feel bad. I do feel bad about some of the stuff, but when you're okay. So here's part of the deal with reality TV. If you don't have a storyline, you don't have a place on the show.
Yeah.
So the producers were prepping me to get Kira back into the storyline of the show, even though she never wanted to be, right? She really just wanted to sit there and do nothing, which it doesn't work.
Must be nice.
Which is the reason why Kalani had so many solos that never aired, because Kira wouldn't narrate. She wouldn't create a storyline for Kalani's solos.
Yeah.
Every single one of your solos aired. Because I was like, damn it, if she's going to dance on television, it's going to freaking air, because why else are we here?
Yeah.
If she's going to work her butt, because it was stressful for them,
Yeah, it was.
So I felt responsible to create a storyline around it so that they would play it. Mm-hmm. So Kira was coming back. If you watch that clip, I look like I didn't sleep all night. I was super bitchy.
Well, that was a rough day. That shooting day, it was in Phoenix, and they wanted the whole Arizona girls, Ashlee and Kira, to go at it. And
yeah, because you guys were competing against each other.
Yeah, it was just not a good day. It was a terrible day.
Would never give you something to go off of, so you had to reach. And I knew Kira, and I do feel bad about some of the stuff I said to her.
But it is what it is.
Once it's on film, you cannot take it back. And I was like, oh, crap, they're going to play that.
Yeah.
And they did.
They did. Everyone saw it. It's okay, though. But one of my top comments was, a lot of people want to know the inside scoop on Stacy and Yolanda.
Oh, they truly hated each other. Truly hated each other. to the point where when they went outside in the parking lot, I was the one who followed them outside when the big hit happened.
Oh, when they like went like this.
Yes. I was like, holy cow, is this actually happening? They're gonna like literally have a boxing match in the parking lot.
That is crazy. Like, and I feel like that's why like studio dance sometimes gets a bad rap because people only know about Dance Moms, and then they're like, is every studio like this? I'm like, no, people don't choke each other out and rip each other's hair out.
No.
That doesn't happen.
And so it's probably good because a lot of people asked about producers. So the producers really try to figure out who you are and what buttons to push, and then they tell the other cast members to push them. So it's almost like you have this evil best friend that's always over your shoulder telling you what to say and do. And like, this is a really good example. When I came on the show and was like, Brynn's next Maddie, totally a producer line. Like, what random
You would never say that.
I would never say that. Brynn is more talented than all the girls here.
Ashlee loves to say Brynn is Maddie's replacement.
We beat you. You got your dream. Take it, girlfriend.
Is Brynn maybe the next Maddie?
I have gotten more hate for that. I was like, that was when I figured out like what you say on TV doesn't come across exactly how you think it's going to come across. And so I stopped saying that once I figured out like the backlash on that. I was like, whoa, I had no idea. But that was definitely, I mean, I went into film every day and the producers were like, Brynn's the next Maddie. Brynn's the next Maddie. I mean, that was my line. I was supposed to keep repeating it. And so.
SOS.
Yeah. So, people that go on reality TV, just beware. I should be a consultant. I should be a consultant for people that are going on reality TV.
You should.
I seriously should.
I feel like you'd be a good producer. Maybe.
I probably would be a good producer, but like, I love Love is Blind. You watch Love is Blind?
Yes, I love that show. That show's so good.
So do you go follow the people on TikTok after?
Well, I look at their Instagrams to see if they're still together and stuff.
Yes, but have you seen like the clips of them like starting to trash the producers for like, we were never told, or we got a bad edit, or we da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, same old story.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Every person that has been on reality TV will tell you that like, it's not like fully the truth. And that's the number one question is like, is the drama real? I mean, like, yeah, it's real because like, it's like real, but it's not.
It's like half and half.
Yeah.
Because once you get worked up and there's a real fight starting, then it gets real. But the beginning of the fight is usually always kind of fake.
Because there's cameras around you and then like somebody will say something that like is actually kind of like effed up and then you like have to respond to it.
I was truly pissed with the Brynn is boring. I was truly pissed about that.
Debbie Allen said it. Everybody has said it. Brynn is boring.
Because that's
it's
like
so
an attack
annoying
on your personality, your person. That's not like, if someone said Brynn has bad feet, I'd be like, whatever,
okay.
Who cares? But so you do get pissed off about some of that stuff.
Well, that was like a thing for like weeks, was that I was boring.
That was just
that is literally not true.
I will say, and there's not one mother that I would actually trash. Jesselyn was never nice to us. Never nice to us. Never invited Brynn to anything. That's why
I got invited to a birthday party.
To JoJo's?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
We went. Me, you, and Brooke Flores.
Oh, when you were there, like 8 years old. But nothing after that. That was the only time.
Yeah.
Jesselyn's the only one I ever felt like truly did not like us and didn't want us there. I felt like everybody else was just doing their job.
Yeah.
Which is funny because JoJo's platform is anti-bullying. I mean, you think about how ironic that actually is.
We're going to get more hate. We're going to get more hate.
I like JoJo. I'm not talking about JoJo.
Yeah, no, I like JoJo.
JoJo's a sweet kid, no part of this, but her mom was never nice to us, and that's true.
Yeah.
Sorry. It is what it is. So
yeah, I guess that's true.
It is true.
And then going back to like the Kira fight, because this is like one of your lines that everyone talks about, is Kira said the word pathetical. And you called her out and was like, pathetical isn't a word.
You're a real pathetical person.
Pathetical isn't a word. I thought you had a master's degree.
Okay, pathetical is a word.
It is.
But I honestly had never heard it before Kira said it. So I had to go look it up.
Like Google it after.
And I realized, okay, so she used it in the wrong tense, okay? I still don't know how to use the word pathetical, so maybe I'm the idiot. Maybe
maybe let us know how to use the word pathetical and then it'll all make sense.
That's true.
Because it doesn't make sense.
But I will tell you, and there's one story that I don't know if I've ever even told you about it.
What?
It was the Last Dance episode. You remember that?
Last Dance.
The Last Dance, where the kids did Last Dance.
Oh, that was like a crazy episode.
Someone over here said
look like strippers.
Ashlee.
There she goes.
Ashlee.
Did Ashlee really say that kids look like strippers? Did she really say that and she's cowardly walking out?
Why are we discussing them? You're discussing her because you can't hold your words.
So they always film every dance twice.
Yeah.
And the first dance, they were filming it and the camera was right up in my face. So I knew they were trying to get my reaction specifically because I would say I lean toward, like, I want to be protective of the kids. I mean, I had seen this kind of comments of gross adults on her page as a kid. And so when it was getting really over-sexualized for me, they knew I was going to get mad. And so they filmed my face. And so for the second round, I left. And I went in the bathroom, and the moms in there were like, how could you be a part of this? They were taking their kids and leaving.
Yeah.
There were men whistling in the back, dads whistling in the back. And that was when I went and talked to the producers. And I was like, his name was Scott. And I was like, Scott? Or no. It was Jay-Z. It was like, Jay-Z, they look like strippers. I was like, this is not okay. There's like adult men in the audience. Like, why would you think this is okay?
Yeah.
And he goes, if we were in Europe, this would be okay. And I'm like, they're 14.
Okay.
That's suspicious.
They're 14 years old. I'm sorry if someone called me a stick in the mud for feeling that way, but I really did feel that way. So then Jay-Z went and told the moms that I called their girls strippers.
That's weird.
In a way, like I said, they look like, the dance was way too adult for them. Maybe I shouldn't have used the word strippers.
Yeah.
But man, have I seen that comment online over and over again. Did you really call the girls strippers? Well, to the producer, I said, this is not okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I feel like it's different because, like, if you ever grew up in the dance world, like, I definitely had dances growing up where I wasn't doing, like, on a chair and, like, fishnets and stuff. Like, that's different.
Yeah.
But when it's, like, on national television.
In 150 countries.
Yeah. It's literally broadcasted everywhere. And this competition was, like, a small competition in California. And, like, I feel like a lot of little girls, like, looked up to us. And so I'm just glad I wasn't in that dance. Like now I'm like 19. Like I would do that dance now because I'm like matured. And like I feel like I would. Like I've done dances where it's do you know what I mean?
I know, it's still, yeah.
But like it's just different when it's like on national TV and like they were just doing it on purpose to get a reaction.
Yes. And I felt like they were, what's the word? Not using, what's the word for when you're exploiting? I felt like they were exploiting.
Yeah.
And that what made me, I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was truly pissed.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the beginning and the end with the other dance moms. Like, I don't think they ever understood my side of the story and what actually happened. I think they thought I was like just sitting in the dressing room.
Like trashing on them.
Trashing
that literally never happened.
And that literally never happened.
Yeah.
And so actually nobody's talked to me since then. Even Kira, when we were friends for a long time before that. And I was like, I mean, I know that they weren't happy that we went back to Abby's team.
Yeah.
But I'm like, come on. Out of all the things that happened, that was like nothing.
Yeah, that was nothing.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Although Jill just friended me on Facebook.
I actually, like, Kendall will text me every once in a while and Kenzie will. So maybe I'll see them soon. I want to see. I love the girls. Yeah. I still, like, I would never say anything bad about them. But that competition day about, like, the Last Dance episode, there's, like, a clip of me being like, we beat you. Like, just being, like, kind of a brat. But, like, you don't understand until you're, like, in the environment, like how like it got a little chaotic.
Well, you were feeling attacked by
I was, and like there was a whole backstory that I'm not going to talk about off camera. That like they were talking about it, and so I feel like that's why I kind of like snapped back because I was like a little bit older, and I feel like the whole show I was kind of like a puppy dog and like didn't really say anything and just like cried. Like if you go back, like I really was. Like every clip of me, it's actually sad. Like I was going through clips to like plug into our podcast. Every single clip, I have bags like this. I'm sitting like this. My hair's a mess. And like, I just like sit like this and I don't say anything.
They like tears. They really did like tears. So if that's not true, you were just looking at those clips because that's all they played.
That's true.
The minute those cameras would go off, you and Kenzie would be off on the trampoline for hours.
Oh yeah,
having a blast.
No, I have like way more like better like good memories of doing the show than I do like bad memories. Kenzie and I, we'd like film all day, and then Mackenzie and I would take class at night and just like have the best time ever. It was so
Maddie
fun.
was super sweet to you. And Claude, they were all nice to you.
They were all nice to me.
Mackenzie was your best friend.
Yeah, she
far.
was.
Yeah.
Bestie.
Yeah. So
I know. But so my mom and I, we kind of like left like the show, like, not like, we left like kind of not randomly, but like.
I felt like we left on bad terms a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
So when we left, they had brought Christy back to try to kind of revive. Like they had brought the minis in. Like they're, shows always have a life. They have a life. They go like this. And they were really desperately trying to keep the ratings up as they were tanking once they, not because of the minis, but when they brought the minis on. But all the original girls were growing up and leaving. I mean, it was kind of
you can't like be a mom and daughter, like dance mom, like until you're like 18. Like what else? Yeah. Like everyone grows up and the show moves on.
Yeah. And so they brought Christy back on the show. And so the problem with being the underdog against 6 people that have millions and millions of followers on their accounts is it only takes one sentence to sick millions of people on you or your daughter. And when the stripper comment came out, like somebody on your Instagram said something about a stripper and it got liked. I guarantee you at 12 years old, she didn't pick out that comment and like it.
I think it said it was like, congratulations. And then my mom would always tell me, like, you need to go like comments on your Instagram. So I'd literally just go like this, like down, 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 and like them. And I happened to like one that said, but the older girls looked like strippers. They're literally my friends. Like, why would I purposely like a comment saying that?
So
like,
Christy, with her millions of followers, it wasn't about me. It was about Brynn. Said something about your daughter calling. And I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't. It was the social media crap that actually made us leave. Like, I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Yeah.
People are mean online. Like, it's amazing what people will say when they don't have to say it to your face.
I know.
Amazing.
It's fun. Like, I've never had anyone like actually say something to my face about how they didn't like us on
I know.
the show.
It's always like, you were my favorite.
I know.
I'm like, really?
Yeah. Really?
Okay.
But after the show, like where were we living? Like what happened?
We went back to Arizona.
Yeah.
And you danced for Club Dance, which
I went to high school.
Club Dance was an amazing studio. I'll always be grateful to Club Dance and Alexa for what they did for her.
Yeah. I'm assisting Alexa this weekend, actually. So I love Alexa.
Lots of teachers made you the dancer you were, and that I'm grateful always. I mean, you still are getting opportunities all these years later. So
I know. Glad. It's crazy.
Yeah. It wasn't a mistake, even though it was hard, and she looked like it was hard.
Yeah, I still dance to this day. So.
Yeah, now she loves dancing.
And I'm 19. I'm turning 20 in July, and I still dance.
That's so crazy.
I know.
She did a really good solo for one of her kids today. It made me cry.
Yeah, she was crying.
It was so good. So Brynn's a little choreographer.
I know. Yeah. But some people wanted to know how I was in like high school. I would feel like I was good. I was good in high school.
Freshman and sophomore year were tough.
Yeah. Well, okay. Imagine going from a reality TV show to going to high school, and like I was crazy a little, and I had a boyfriend,
and vaping and sneaking out, and she didn't realize I had a tracker on her phone. And so when I caught you sneaking out, you were like adamant. I was like, Brynn, I can see where you went all night long. So that's what you get when you have a mom that's like, been there, done that.
I know. But then you let me move out like kind of early.
Well, it was COVID because you were North Carolina was still shut down. Arizona was open. Of course I didn't want to miss your senior year. It was so sad for me, but I was happy that you got to do it.
I know.
Mean, you had a fun senior year without me.
Are you going to cry?
No. Do I look like...
Oh, you look like you're going to cry. Your eyes are like watery.
You want me to cry?
No, I don't want you to cry. You look like you're going to.
It doesn't take very much to get me to cry.
Yeah, she already cried once today, so don't cry again.
Cry again.
Even when we were on the show and someone else would cry, you'd always cry.
I cannot look at somebody else crying and not cry. It's hard to believe, but I actually am pretty empathetic to people.
You have a heart.
I do have a heart. I do have a heart. I just expect people to be like tough, like come on, like you're not a baby, like we could do this, but then cry when it's appropriate. That's fine.
Yeah. I feel like I kind of cry when I see other people cry.
Yeah, but I do think that you're kind of tough like me.
Yeah.
A little tough. Like you hold your own in any situation.
No, I do.
Well. Yeah.
I do.
So I mean, I feel like I gave you that gift to be like, yeah, this is hard, but I can get through this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. I feel like the show helped too. Like, I don't know. I got like really tough skin from that.
Not a bad
and it's funny because you say all the time that like even like on a customer service like phone call, like you won't put up with stuff anymore, really, and you swear you get that.
Before the show, if I was on customer service and they were like, "No, we won't refund your late fee," I'd be like, "Okay," and hang up, And now I'm like, "No, I need to talk to your supervisor. This is BS. I'll go off until I get my way." And that is 100% from just learning how to like speak up and be heard.
There you go.
It's worked out. It's helped,
Yeah. And then now you're just like a painter. Like, what do you do now?
Well, I
can talk about your business.
Yes. So I've always wanted to be a painter. I've always wanted to be an artist. I was kind of an artist for about 10 years.
I feel like people wouldn't expect that from you.
Probably not.
Be an artist.
Probably not. Like, I'd way rather be alone painting than be talking to anybody. So, but yeah, so I didn't get to go to art school. So I've been literally for 4 years, I think I've taught myself watercolor, acrylic, sculpture,
that's cool.
Resin. So I'm getting there. Like, I feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm not embarrassed to show people what I did. Like, for the last few years, it's been like, okay, throw it away and like hide it. It's not very good.
Don't take a picture.
Don't take a picture. But I think I'm getting there. So I'm excited to start like getting back into like my creative business because I do really enjoy that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're creative too. That's why you're a good choreographer.
I know. I was telling her today I got my creative mind from her.
Yeah.
Because I feel like my choreography is pretty creative.
It's good.
Yeah.
It was really good. I expected it to be good. I didn't expect it to look like you'd been choreographing for 10 years.
Really? You think it looked like that? Well, like, yeah. I'm really proud of it, but like, it's only my like first year choreographing, really.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, normally this is like really sad to say, but like if you've been watching dance for a long time, you can watch 2 seconds of a dance and know whether it's something you want to watch or not.
Yeah.
I know when the dance is good when I want to watch the whole thing from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And I felt like that about it.
Yay. That's good.
It was really good.
I know. I actually got a question on you can text us, but I got a question like, how do you come up with your choreography? And it's funny because a lot of choreographers make up their dances before, and I literally cannot. Like, I've tried it before, but like I'll choreograph it for me, and then when I like put it on the kid, it like doesn't look good on whoever I did it for. And so like the solo I did, her name's Vanessa. She's from the studio I teach at, and she's amazing and such a hard worker. But I was like fortunate enough to do a solo for her, which I never thought I'd be able to do. So I was really excited, but I was also really nervous. And so I kind of went in. The music wasn't cut. I didn't even know her beginning pose of how I wanted it to start. And then once I started working with her, it's like if you're a choreographer and like you're struggling a little bit, like I literally work with them. Like I'm like, oh, does this feel better? And she'll be like, yeah, that feels better. Or no, that doesn't work for me. And then we'll make it work for her. So like once she learns it, it's like already clean and it's not like there's anything that doesn't work. And we'll like her like headstand. She does this cool like headstand spinny trick. And I was like, go on your head and then just like spin, like whatever feels best. And she like did this thing and I was like, great. Like, so I feel like for a choreographer, like that's my advice. Like,
yeah.
I have to work with the kid, make it work for them because your job is to make them look good.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if they don't look good, that looks bad on you as a choreographer.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I've done so many different styles of lyrical, contemporary, musical theater, just because you have to match the kid. It's not really like up to you. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's so interesting because when I watch your choreography, because you've done like 8 dances this year?
Yeah.
I see little bits and pieces of almost everybody you work with. Like it comes out in your own way, but little elements that I'm like, oh, that's Gianna, or that's Alexa,
yeah,
or that's Molly, or like just all these really awesome teachers that you had.
I know. I was so lucky to grow up with like all the teachers I had.
You were. Yeah. You really were. Like,
yeah.
Out of all the places we could have lived and landed in Queen Creek, Arizona.
I know.
You got to work with like the best choreographers in the country. It's I don't even know.
I ended up on like America's Got Talent, Dance Moms, like Dancing with the Stars. That is so cool.
Ellen?
Yeah, Ellen. Like what? Like
so crazy.
Who would have thought? I don't know. It's weird.
Lucky.
We did.
Serendipity. We were in the right place at the right time.
I know. I think that I'll be a dance mom.
You think so? Are you gonna be a crazy dance mom?
No. Well,
yes, you will.
I won't be. I won't be crazy, but like, I'll like know what to do, and like, I don't know.
That could go really good or really bad. You think about. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope if I have a daughter, I hope she wants to dance. That'd be so fun.
Doesn't?
I'd be a little sad.
Would you?
But like, no, I feel like no matter what she did, I'd still be like that, like sports mom or like dance mom or like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's just fun. And dance is really fun. Dance is really different. Anytime you get like girls and moms involved in anything, it's very intense.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. Some moms like live through their daughters and like want it more than them.
All of us live through our daughters a little bit. You know, it's just, can't help it.
Yeah, I probably will. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we like covered like a lot of stuff. Is there anything else you want to say or like
a lot?
Any advice or
advice? Gosh, I guess the takeaway would be don't shy away from things that are hard. I mean,
yeah,
it's hard is good in some ways. And I have had people online be like, how could you do that to your daughter? How could you put her through that? And believe me, I had that thought in my mind.
Like I've never thought before, like, I can't believe my mom made me do that. Like I wanted to do it. It was fun. Like
think about like, it was hard to be there.
Yeah, it was.
But it also would be very hard to walk away.
Yeah.
That's true. Choose your hard, right?
Yeah. Like you never thought you would have ended up on a big show like that.
No way. I'm like really kind of introverted. I maybe have like 3 best friends that I've been friends with forever.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No. So I did it for you, Brynn.
Oh, it was fun.
It's amazing the things mothers will do for their children, right?
Yeah, I feel like I could not. Oh my gosh. Actually, no, yeah, I could. I used to be really shy, I feel like, and now I'm like not really shy. I'm like an extrovert a little now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? We didn't talk about the audition.
It's okay.
Well, but you know what? It's relevant to what we're talking about.
It is? Okay.
Yes. Because I think people about the question of why would you put your daughter through that? When we went to the audition, do you remember how many people were there?
Hundreds.
Hundreds and hundreds and
like
hundreds.
Hundreds of moms and daughters.
And this is just one location.
Yeah.
And they did, I don't know, how many locations like that through over
They did like so many, like in the U.S., like 50 probably.
I couldn't even put a number on it. And
so
everyone,
many?
like hundreds. So out of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of options for moms and dancers, they picked us.
I know. That's weird.
So how do you it's like, oh gosh, that's a lot of pressure. I better make this good.
Yeah. Well, because it's funny because my mom, like, I like remember what you wore. You wore like that red.
No, it was hot pink.
Oh, it was hot pink. She wore like a hot pink low cut jumper.
Yes.
And like I like wasn't really used to seeing her dressed up because like you just worked all the time and like
I know.
I was dancing in the studio and then Alexa was the one who was like, you guys need to go to this audition. Like it's just good for you to even go. And then the producers like picked my mom out of all the moms and they like loved her.
The one of them literally beelined to the back of the line and dragged us up to the front.
Yeah.
But I think it's because he liked my outfit.
Yeah, I think so too. Your boobs were like out.
Okay, I had just been on the divorce diet. I had lost like 80 pounds. I was going to show it off in my hot pink jumper.
Yeah, you did.
I was feeling pretty good. Too bad I haven't been able to keep all that off, but you know, that's okay.
No, I remember. But I was still like a shy kid, I feel like. A little. I was growing up.
You were anxious.
I was an anxious kid. I still am a little about weird things, but
much
not
better
really.
than you were.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like chilled out a lot. Kind of.
Yeah. We're finally becoming friends again.
Yeah, we went through a rough patch when I was like 16. We fought a lot.
Through 17.
There's a couple years.
Again, but
I know.
now
Kelsey and I actually talked about that. Like, what I feel like once I moved out, like I don't fight with my sister really.
Because when you move out and you start to go, you know what? Those people weren't so bad. Actually, we're just trying to help me.
I kind of miss them.
Mom, how do I do my laundry?
I knew how to do my laundry.
I did start making you your laundry, but like you would call me with little things, like little recipes and stuff, which was fine. I liked it.
Yeah.
That's so.
Nice. Yeah, now she's going to help me do my taxes.
I got to help her do her taxes and pay a speeding ticket.
I did. We talked about my speeding ticket already. I did get a speeding ticket. Yep.
I know.
That sucked.
So.
But yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was.
I hope I didn't talk too much.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
It was like, you're the special guest, so you're supposed to.
All right. Hopefully I didn't say anything that people will hate me for.
No. Again.
Sorry, Jesselyn. Just telling the truth.
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching this episode of Out of Line. We'll see you next Friday. Please follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Both of those are Out of Line XOXO. And yeah, thanks for coming on the show.
It was fun. Thanks for letting me be on.
Aw.
You're the sweetest.
Your sweetest daughter? Just kidding. Just kidding. Did you hear that? Sorry, Sadie.
That's not what I meant, but okay.
Kelsey always says XOXO, but I always forget.
XOXO.
Bye.
Bye.